recording. Now it is talking back at me. So, learning for next week, never use the phone for streaming lives. Okay. So maybe I should answer the questions somewhere else. Is it on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram? Because I think we got these questions from Instagram, so I want to just make sure that they are on Instagram. Oh dear. Hello. Wait, it's still on. I think it's still on. Lord. Okay. Let me answer the questions and hope that it's helpful. And hope that it's recording. Oh, Twitter, it says no to there, but says yes here. What to do? Okay. How do you communicate to your supervisor who is not cooperative? Oh, that's a tough one. Hard supervisors are such a nightmare because really as a supervisor, it's your job to be useful. It's your job to be good at certain things. Communication is so basic. With supervisors, I think the biggest challenge is usually the ego. That's why they're not cooperative. So if you come at someone in an attack mode, they're going to come at be defensive. So if you have a supervisor who's not cooperative and you have to deal with them, you have to take the high road, which usually means you have to humble yourself. It's now up to you to warm up to them. Understand what's important to them, what is important to their job to them, so that you show your value. If you have a supervisor that only cares about revenue, you have to come and say, by the way, I have this idea for revenue, or we need to do this because it's going to affect the revenue. This is how we're going to make more money. If you have a supervisor that their main thing that they're trying to do is also show their own supervisor that they're doing work well, then you have to show that you're an ally. Oh, hello, sir or madam. By the way, when this happens, this is what we should do because it will help us look good this way. Or I think we have this idea that we should do this at the next meeting because the boss is going to appreciate this project. You have to find what drives them and then link what you're asking or communicating to that so that they're interested in it. And you have to make sure that you're not attacking them, that you're coming from a humble perspective. They should not feel threatened. They should not feel like you think they're incompetent or they're not cooperative. The worst thing you can do to someone who is not cooperative is to make them feel like they're not being cooperative because they will just get less cooperative. You know, like when you tell an angry person, calm down, it just makes them angrier. So difficult supervisors, you must come slowly, come in a gentle way so that you're not threatening, you don't have a problem with them, you are happy, you're doing your own thing, you're here to support and help them. You want to make them look good. You want them to succeed at what they're doing. If you make your boss look good, they will like you, no matter how much they don't like you already, no matter how difficult they are. As long as you are making their life easier, their life better, they look better to their boss, they will do whatever you need. They will become much better to deal with. What's the best way to info a boss or supervisor on the negative behavior they exhibit? That's not your job. It's very difficult to give a senior person critical feedback unless they ask for it. I suggest you go to HR and tell them, but go with facts. Go and show evidence. This email, they did this. Or last week, I was sitting in a work meeting with Sandra and he abused Sandra like this. You know what I mean? You have to go with evidence and details because otherwise it just looks like you're whining or complaining and it's your word against their word. So I would go somewhere else to HR. Try not to go above them because that can also cause problems and they can come and take it out on you afterwards. Unfortunately, people do have bad behavior. No one is perfect, but it's very hard for people to listen to feedback and improve unless they really want to. But if it comes from above them, they have to listen and then they also have to assess, am I really doing this? What evidence is there and what is the solution? How do I tell my boss or director they're taking a wrong path without sounding disrespectful? I feel like this is the same question in 3 different ways. We have such bad bosses, oh goodness. This is what I'm saying. You can't come at them and attack them. You can't tell them their path is wrong. It's really not your role. It's not your job. I understand that it's a hard position to be in when you see it's not the one. And it is your duty to speak up, but you have to do it in a way without criticizing them. Maybe suggest other paths. If you see them doing something, say, you know, I really like this plan you have. However, I've seen this other model being done in this company or in this country. Or if we use this other way, we'll make more money, or we'll save more costs, or this is faster. See a way to spin it so that you're showing them there are alternatives to their suggestion, not that theirs is wrong. God forbid your supervisor is wrong, right? You just have to do it in a way so they don't feel attacked. Ego, man. Is it better to let people underestimate you and then shock them with your potential? Sometimes I feel like you don't have a choice. I think early in my career, everyone just assumed I didn't know anything and I was there for nothing. And then they're all surprised, like, oh my God, you can actually do this work. Shocking, right? But that can work against you because first, it takes long to prove yourself. And also, you miss out on resources. They won't assign you that promotion or that training or the budget you need because they think you're not good at what you do. What helps here is to lead with credentials. So show why you are competent to do what you're doing, or show why your previous history. Last month, I delivered this project with this budget, and this is the success we had. So now I would like to propose to you that we do this, this, and this, and this. You have to start strong so that people take you seriously and respect you and listen to what you're saying. Because if you always go the underestimating way, you can miss out, especially because of how much time that takes. With entrepreneurs, it's always better to undersell and over-deliver. I'm not saying undersell on purpose, but as a bare minimum, you need to deliver what you say you're going to provide. Whether it's a product or a service, you need to do that at least. And then at best is you oversell, over-deliver. You do more than the customer expected. So it's sometimes a tactic, but I would not overdo it because there is a loss involved. How do I make sure I'm not looked down upon in an entry-level job? You cannot control what other people think about you, firstly. You should write that down. A lot of us spend a lot of our time trying to manipulate how other people think of us and project, but you waste a lot of energy, and at the end of the day, you can't jump in their head and make them think of you in a certain way. The best advice I can say to you is do what you're doing well. Let your work speak for itself. Even if you're an entry-level job, doesn't mean you can be passive or no one will notice you. You want to make sure that people know at this entry-level job, this is the best person at the entry-level job. They'll be the ones pushing to promote you, to hire you, to bring them to your teams. Do what you can do in your control to do your work best. Be proactive, take initiative, be prepared, show up on time, speak up in meetings, be helpful, be useful, add value, shine in your work. And then people will respect you at what you do regardless of your authority. Okay, I think those are all the questions. I hope this somehow gets out there. I have no idea which platform this is working on or it's not working on. I really apologize. My battery of my laptop and I don't have a charger. Learning next time. I'm taking the feedback. I'm taking the critique. Make sure that you do your weekly reflections tomorrow. If you have a good weekend, I hope it's been a useful week. And you can send me any DMs on any of the social media if I didn't get to your question or if you missed the beginning. I'm happy to share. The video about communications in the workplace is on YouTube and I believe Instagram Reels. So you can check those out there. Let me know if you have other questions. Ladies, join the Heart group every week. We have new stuff happening, new opportunities, new experts. It's actually getting more interesting and more fun. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. So see you all next Friday. I'll be on Friday and at 4 o'clock. It will be back to normal, I promise.